Hey, what's up, guys? This is Carlos signing in for Malkuth. Today, I'm gonna try to talk while I'm driving. So, I'm just gonna talk about specifically what's been on my mind lately, which has been I've been getting into this book called The Power of Now. There's an audio book version that somebody sort of uploaded to YouTube, and it was suggested in the WhatsApp channel for nutritional balancing, for Lewis's channel, and I was very intrigued by it. So I've been sort of listening to it about an hour and a half in, and it's very interesting. I like where it's going, and it has practical sort of tips on how to focus on the current moment and not dwell too much in the past or the future, which I think I tend to do more. I have a lot of dwelling in the future. I'm constantly thinking about, the situation, how to improve my situation, how to achieve my goals. What are my goals? Like revisiting them over and over, and I forget to live in the now, and I do this a lot. So I'm sure it differs from person to person, how much you dwell in the past or in the future. But it has some practical tips, and I'm very interested to learn more. So once I have more information on that, I will definitely share with you guys. But I'm just at the beginning of the book right now. But I noticed that we tend to show our kids, teach our kids the same way that, the same things that we kind of learn or feel is the correct way. And I just noticed that definitely we tend to make our kids similar to us, and I try to always focus on the future for my kids, have them focus on the future, and I'm going to try to change that now. So I'll give you an example of something that I just remember doing after just listening to the book. I always, so my kids would always, get stressed out about being bored. They're always talking about how bored they are. And the way that I would mitigate that issue, because, you can't constantly be entertaining your kids, So we always have the question is, what exactly do we do? The way that I and my wife mitigated that issue was essentially giving them something to look forward to. So we would be like, okay, let's think about what our trip is next week or next month, or in Christmas, let's talk about Christmas. It's not even freaking, like, just yesterday my wife did that. So she's like, let's talk about Christmas, just to fill in the space, So I think that we can fall into these patterns quickly because at some point, there's not that much to look forward to. So you just gotta live in the now, but then you get super bored or tired or stressed or whatever because you don't have that sort of, I think, that object to look forward to. So we're still trying to work out how to, we were discussing it this morning, but I'm still trying to work out exactly what would we change. But essentially, we want to be focused in the now. So another way that my kid will kind of dwell in the past is that lately he's been doing something that, kind of irritates us, which is he'll say something like, "This is the worst day ever," or "This is the worst day of my life." He starts saying that for no reason. Like, anything could happen, nothing specific, but he'll start saying, "It's the worst day of my life." And I think that, that is also dwelling in the past, even if it just happened 5 minutes ago. You had a situation that sort of manifested 5 minutes ago, and now you're already thinking it's been your worst days ever so far, and you get stuck in that situation, and then it takes him a while to get out of it. So what we're doing in the morning, we have a routine that we've been doing for a while. We forgot about it for a while because, routines come and go sometimes with the kids. Sometimes you get so preoccupied with, just the regular day-to-day stuff and that's part of the issue, but that you forget to continue the things. And then there's a book called The 5-Minute Journal by, I don't know what group it is, but it's called The 5-Minute Journal. It was sort of marketed by Tim Ferriss. And it was basically a positivity, or I guess you could say a little tiny journal that you write into in the morning and the afternoon and at night before bed to sort of keep yourself on the positive, and in the moment thoughts. So in the morning you have 3 things that you have to write down, which is what are you grateful for? So you just say something that comes to your mind with something you're grateful for. Then what would make today great, and then you add an affirmation for the day. So for example, today we kind of asked all of our kids what are they grateful for, and then they'll say something like I'm grateful for a warm bed or a nice tasty breakfast or something like that, or just something simple. It doesn't have to be anything grandiose. And then the second part was what would make today great, and a lot of times they'll think in the past, so we try to get them back into the future. So they'll say, oh, if there was something that happened yesterday, but we try to get them to focus on what would make today great, and then so something that could happen in the future that could potentially, or at least in the short-term future, so we don't want to go too far out. That's what I like about the make today great part of it. So they'll say something like, if we are able to play video games at night or whatever. And then an affirmation would, I generally, because I believe in the power of thought and manifestation, we essentially will go through a list of affirmations. So I'll say, I am healthy, I am calm, I have good friends, sort of any bullet points of things that you find important at the time that you want to sort of reaffirm that, you kind of set the stage for the rest of the day. And then at night, this is all in the book. You could write it down, but we just do it verbally for now because the kids, they barely know how to write, so they would just take forever. And the second part was at night, where you have to say the best part of your day. So what was the best part of your day? And then something you could have improved. So the best part of your day could be like, I typically will say, when I had a meditation or the pushing down exercise, I'm like, I felt in the moment, I felt relaxed, calm, there is no issues, something like that. Or it could be just a moment with the kids. It's usually, interestingly, it's usually a moment with the family. So I noticed that I can have 1,000 things going on, and then it's like that little window where we had a moment with the kids, or eating dinner where we're actually relaxed, there is no fighting or whatever. And I noticed that we tend to pick those moments even more. Even the kids will naturally just gravitate towards that. So just to let you know that actually the most important moments are not what you think sometimes. Even for the kids, they could be playing video games all day, and then you'll say, and then you'll spend 5 minutes where you're actually interacting with them, very very intensively, and then they'll remember that part, over the video games. So, things of that nature. And then the last part is, what could you improve? Something you could do better. We don't always use that part, but because, we're tired at night sometimes, but, you could do things like, I could have, not gotten mad at, so-and-so, or I could have done this differently to improve for the next day. So you kind of have a task that you could remind yourself of doing the next day. So anyways, that's a little tip that we do in our family to try to get back on track. We did this before, and it was actually working really well, and then we kind of got off track with, I guess maybe for a year or maybe 6 months where we got off our track, and we're trying to get back on it. So anyways, hope this tip helped someone. You guys have a great day.